Hi, Craig from Horror Junkies of Utah here. Mixing up a little bit today. Instead of doing horror movie reviews, I am going to review a graphic novel. It's a horror graphic novel. It's called Wraith. It's by a guy named Joe Hill. If you're not familiar with him, he's an author. He's written about 4 novels. The fun fact, he's actually Stephen King's son, who's gotten published in the last few years and started writing. Yeah, very, very cool book. Basically, what it's about, this creepy dude right here on the cover, his name is Charlie Minx. And he kind of reminds me of, he's kind of like Freddy Krueger. Basically, he has he basically abducts children, and he takes them to this imaginary dream world called Christmas Land, basically. And it's like I said, it doesn't really exist. It only exists like in his mind. It's kind of like a dreamland kind of thing. And yeah, so basically, this book is. Oh, by the way, Charles Paul Wilson III. He's the artist for the book. I don't really know too much about him. I know he works for IDW Comics, and he's the main guy responsible for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters crossover comics. But that's really all I know about him. But I definitely like him. He's done some pretty cool stuff. So, yeah, anyways, basically, Joe Hill, his full-length novel called Nosferatu is this graphic novel. It kind of stands as like a standalone kind of story, but it's also kind of a prequel as it kind of delves into Charlie Minx's upbringing, you know, how he became who he is and all that fun stuff. So yeah, the prequel part is like the first chapter of the book, the first little while of it, and then basically the second part of the book is about these 3 convicts who they're in a van. They're getting transferred to another prison or something like that, and they escape and they kill one of the guards, and you know they're out on the lam, and one of the guys he knows Charlie Minx, and he calls him up and says, "Hey, we're on the lam. Can you help us? We need a ride." And unbeknownst to them, he takes him to Christmas Land, and that's all I will say about that. I don't really want to spoil it. One of the convicts, he's actually kind of the sort of like the main character, I guess you could say, of this part. His name's Llewellyn. Basically, his son died because he couldn't afford health insurance. He needed surgery, and the doctors wouldn't do it. So he gets revenge on the doctor. He beats him up or whatever, and so that's why he's in the slammer. So yeah, he's not really a bad guy. So he's kind of the main character of the second part of the book, and yeah, what follows is just a big onslaught of mayhem and death and gore that happens inside Christmas Land. One thing I forgot to mention is once the children get to Christmas Land, they kind of turn into monsters, and they're really scary. They're basically immortal. But yeah, it's if you're a fan of Joe Hill. If you've read any of his other books, or just a fan of any kind of horror in general, I would definitely recommend it. It's a very fun book. And then definitely want to check out Nosferatu, because like I said, it's a full-length book, and it kind of dwells more into Christmas Land and that story and stuff. But this is definitely a fun little graphic novel. It cost me about $15, but normally it's like 30. So yeah, very, very fun book. I would definitely recommend it. Once again, Craig from Horror Junkies, and this is Wraith. Check it out.